Arizona. What a beautiful day it is today in the valley. It's almost 70 degrees already. Absolutely beautiful. We got a great show ahead of you. Got the hat on backwards because today's like my Friday, folks. We don't do a show on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So today's like Friday, so turn the hat around. Looking forward to showing you some really awesome spots in the valley, some hidden gems out there this morning. Hope everybody again is having a fabulous morning. Get your coffee ready. We're going to fly through some of these locations in just a few minutes. Let a few people enter the chat. I appreciate everybody who joins in the morning, Monday through Thursday. I come on around 8, between 8 and 8:30. I try my hardest. I think I pushed that go live at 8:22 this morning. Had some issues finding some pictures to some of these places. And it's crazy because I have probably about 10,000 pictures in the last 4 years of all of these locations I've gone throughout the state of Arizona. And I really didn't label them well. I didn't really make a lot of folders. So I had to go through them sometimes one by one to find some of these. So today I only have a couple pictures on certain locations, and I apologize for that. Maybe on another show, I'll find some more pictures and post those. But hope everyone's having a great day. It was a rough day in the valley for sports last night, so hopefully that'll get a little bit better today as the Diamondbacks finish up their series with the Colorado Rockies. But no bats in the lineup last night. No runs. Unbelievable. And the Coyotes, So a rough night in sports. But home opener for the Arizona Diamondbacks is tomorrow, folks. Tomorrow they're expecting 20,000 people at Chase Field. It should be pretty unbelievable. One of the larger crowds, I would guess, in Major League Baseball for a home opener. 20,000. I know Texas had quite a few, but we'll see how that turns out. It's time to take a sip of coffee. Get your coffee ready. We're going to hit some amazing spots this morning. We're going to go downtown Phoenix. We're going to go over to Casa Grande, whatever way that you want to pronounce it, because I get hit every time I pronounce it one of those three ways and I'm pronouncing it wrong. So we're going out there. But I'm going to keep calling it Casa Grande because I don't go and order a grand or a grande coffee. I order a grande coffee. So anyhow, I'm going to sit back, take a quick sip, wait to see if some more people want to join in this morning. Run over here to the chat and see if any. Well, of course, Matthew David's here. Good morning to you. Good to see you this morning. All right. Oh, that's good this morning. It's good. Again, if you want to interact in the chat, we are live on the Arizona Timeless Tours Facebook page and YouTube channel. If you have any questions as we go along, just pop it in the chat if you can. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit the first location. Let's stop talking and hit the first location here. Let's go up onto the graphics section of things. And this first spot, I only have 2 pictures for you. I apologize for that. I will find some more. The video would not upload to this. It was just too long. And but here it is right here. This is in Casa Grande. This is the Francisco Grande Hotel, the Francisco Grande. Now, what's the significance of this place? And it seems to be, as I go out there, that it's out in the middle of no man's land. It really does. But this is pretty significant. They started building this in 1959, and it opened in 1962 as the spring training home to the San Francisco Giants. I believe they're out in Scottsdale, Arizona now, but they were here for many, many years. I believe into maybe the mid 1980s, and then the Angels came out and took over that location for their spring training until they moved. But the owner of the San Francisco Giants back in the days loved Arizona. He wanted to do what the Dodgers were doing at the time and bring all of his players from all of his leagues, from double and triple A and his pro league, to one location, have them under one roof. And the actual dorms that these guys stayed in while they were out there. As you're looking at this picture from the backside of the hotel to your left, they actually still stand today, those dormitories. They were 2 players per room, unless you were a superstar like Willie McCovey or Willie Mays. I'm sure they were not stacked up 2 to a room back in 1962. But this place is pretty awesome. It's a golf resort now. They had 3 beautiful practice fields out here during the 60s. They had one stadium that seated 3,000 people. And I believe the first game played in there, Willie Mays hit a home run, hit a long home run the first game in that stadium there at the Francisco Grande Hotel. They no longer have those fields are no longer out there. It's a lot of dirt, but there's a lot of soccer fields. I guess it's like an international, from what I've seen out there wasn't a lot of people, but a lot of people from around the world come to camps right here at the Francisco Grande in Casa Grande. They have soccer camps, world-renowned soccer camps. They have a beautiful golf course that I read about. Nick Faldo comes out and does something once a year at this beautiful golf course. And also across the street, this is just a side note, but across the street is, you got to watch it now. That road is unbelievable. People flying down that road in the front of this hotel, a lot of trucks. But across the street is one of those Corona spy satellite calibration targets. One of the easiest places to find one of those calibration targets is right here at the Francisco Grande in Casa Grande. But the unique thing about this hotel, if you look at it from the backside, up at the top, you see that little awning like coming over. That was made to look like the brim of a baseball cap. And something that's really cool up at the top there is the John Wayne Suite that still exists there today. You can still go and stay at the John Wayne Suite. John Wayne loved this area. He had a cattle ranch not too far from this very location. He always was there watching spring training. He stayed up in that room. That's why it's now known as the John Wayne Suite. John Wayne has a huge footprint in this part of Arizona back in the day. He loved it here. So what's cool is off to the left of this picture is the John Wayne, or the Duke's Lounge, because John Wayne used to always visit the lounge. The stories are that I've read that he would go in there every now and then, drop down $100 to buy a drink for everybody who was in the lounge at the time, and then tell the barkeeper that he could keep the rest of the money. So I guess that would change on different days. The bartender was probably hoping there was like 5 people in the bar at the time. But the bar is pretty cool there. But before I mention that, before we get into a picture of inside the bar, they were redoing it when I was there last. They have the only thing that's really left from the 60s and from the San Francisco Giant spring training era of Willie Mays is they have a observation deck that was in the middle of the 3 baseball fields. And if you go out there, you'll see it in the middle of the dirt just before the soccer fields. There's this huge observation deck that still remains. It's awesome that they didn't knock it down. It's a great piece of history. The pool in this place is shaped like a baseball bat. If you look at it from the air, the parking lot is laid out like a catcher's mitt. Really, really cool spot to go and check out. They got a lot of old memorabilia inside the golf shop area hanging on the walls, like the home base that was used at one of the fields. A lot of the baseball cards are out there. Great spot. Great spot. Let's check the other picture out that I have here. When I was there, they were revamping Duke's Lounge, and they had all these pictures out. And the guy's like, yeah, sure, come on in, take a picture. So this is a picture I took of a picture they have of John Wayne, and he autographed this picture. So that was pretty cool to hold that, take a quick shot of that. But the John Wayne Lounge is pretty cool if you get a chance to go out there and visit. They got a lot of John Wayne pictures hanging out. Right outside of that lounge area are pictures of the Giants when they were there for spring training. You actually see that observation deck around those 3 baseball fields there back in the days. You got all the pictures of the San Francisco Giants back then. Look, if you're a San Francisco Giant fan, this is a must-see for you. This is your history right here. So check out the Francisco Grande in Casa Grande, Arizona. Just a cool spot. It's like a hidden gem. It's definitely a hidden gem in the state of Arizona because there's a lot of people here in the valley have no clue that this resort actually exists. And it's a great place to go play golf. And obviously, it's a great international soccer venue right now. So let's go over to the chat real quick. See if we got anybody else jumping in. Oh, yeah, we do. Corkboard TV, good morning. A cool building. Let's see. I did a video on the targets. Yeah. Did you know there was a Target right across from that building that's in pristine condition? Yeah, I've gone out and I probably located about 15 of those Targets, and probably about 8 of them were really nice, and 3 of them were in pristine condition. Winky Whispers, is that what that says? Hello, I enjoy your videos. There's a place called Platform, does that say 1B at Century Grand? See here. A Pullman-inspired train car that's a cocktail bar. Look it up when you have a chance. I sure will. Thank you, Winky Whispers. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Let's see here. I wish I was at my home in AZ right now. Yeah, COVID will do it, won't it? Let's see here. Let's see here. Here. Yeah, not a San Fran fan. And you don't have to be. If you're a baseball fan, I think it's a cool spot to go and check out. When they were thinking about building this building, they hadn't put in the Interstate 10 yet. And the owner and everything back in the 50s was getting together and trying to find out where Interstate 10 was going to cross, because then this resort, after they left from spring training, could be open to the public and become a major resort in Arizona. But the interstate went quite a ways away from the Francisco Grande, unfortunately. And you can tell if you go out there, there's a road called Candlestick Road. And they were going to set up this huge subdivision. You'll see it. This huge subdivision. If you look at Google Earth, you'll be able to see it. And I rode through what was going to be that subdivision. And I believe because of the freeway was so far away that this subdivision they put the roads in, they got the land for the houses upright and everything, but nothing happened. Candlestick Road. Wonder why they called it that. So anyhow. All right. Let's see what we got going on now. Let's hop into the next location this morning. Let's keep it rolling, folks. Let's see here. Got to pick out which one I want to do next, because I don't think I got time for all of these right now. Let's do a local. I live right on top of Queen Creek, Arizona, folks. And on the corner of Ocotillo and let me think now, because I'm getting old and now the road just popped out. Ocotillo and Ellsworth Loop Road. Ocotillo and Ellsworth Loop. If everyone knows, it got like a Church's Chicken or something there on the right. Down to the right is the post office. There's a brand new car wash and stuff over there. I think that place is getting overcrowded in that area. They need to do something with the roads out there in Queen Creek. But on the intersection right there of Ocotillo and Ellsworth Loop, you'll see on the corner there are 2 abandoned buildings across from a Catholic church. And one of those buildings used to be the main Catholic church that was out there in the 1950s. And the other building was actually taken from the old Williams Air Force Base during World War II. It's a World War II barracks. And it looks like a barracks from back in the 1940s. And they used that as part of the church back in the 1950s. Well, and I believe that was the first Catholic church in Queen Creek, Arizona. And you'll see, I don't know why they're keeping those buildings standing. It doesn't look like they're going to try to revamp them or bring them back to life. I'm very surprised they're still sitting on the corner right there. But the church you could see that there used to be two stained glass windows that were in there in the 1950s. And back in the days, I read that they actually put them kind of in the sign across the street from the brand new Catholic church that was put in there. And then those stained glass windows disappeared. But every time you read a book about Queen Creek, you hear about the stained glass windows. So one day, about a year and a half ago, I went to that Catholic church and I went back to the administrative offices and I asked them, because what I went back there for was to check out what this barracks was. Was it from a POW camp back in the day? And they actually had a book. And I looked through the book and I found the barracks. And it wasn't from a POW camp. It stated it was from Williams Air Force Base. They purchased it from there to expand their church area. And they had pictures of the stained glass windows. And I was like, man, it would have been cool to see these stained glass windows. And the lady's like, we still have those. And I was like, really? And she took me back, and we went back to a part of the building where they stored some stuff. And as we walked through there, on these two, they were on these moving carts, and they were surrounded by this wood frame. And there they were, the two original stained glass windows that were in that original Catholic Queen Creek Church on the corner of Ocotillo and Ellsworth Loop Road. And I took pictures of them. So here they are. I post these Facebook videos and stuff a lot on a lot of different Facebook sites that allow me to. And a lady just yesterday posted something like, why are you on the Queen Creek one? Why do I see your face all over the place? Why do I see all your videos? Well, first, most people watch them and they want me to place my videos on those Facebook pages. I'm authorized on all those, or they would take them down. Secondly, I cover a lot of Queen Creek, a lot of history of Queen Creek. So if she watches this episode, she'll know I'm talking to her. And here is a great piece of Queen Creek history. And here are the stained glass windows, folks. Here's one of them right there. I really think they should put those back on display somewhere on the outside of the brand new Catholic church they have there. But they're in the back room right now. That's one of them. And that's the other one of them. So if you're driving down there, if you live in Queen Creek, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And there are two holes right there in the front that these stained glass windows were in. And these are the original windows from back in the day. All right. That was just a quick Queen Creek history, because somebody on one of those Queen Creek sites don't think I cover enough Queen Creek history. And man, we've talked about the World War II POW camp, German POW camp in Queen Creek off of Rittenhouse and Ellsworth Loop, that corner above where the train goes over, right where those yellow school buses are sitting across from the Starbucks. That used to be like a tent city. It was just all tents of German POWs back in the day. What did they do there? They picked potatoes. They were potato farmers. All of our men and all of our husbands and young men were off fighting World War II. So we used them as potato labor. And they loaded them up right down the street. There is an original platform. Before Queen Creek was called Queen Creek, it was either the Rittenhouse station or the Rittenhouse switch. And that's because the train stopped there, and the Rittenhouse farm was the largest farm in the area. So they stopped there. That platform, people in Queen Creek drive by it on a daily basis up around Ellsworth Road. So not the Ellsworth Loop, but the one road past Ellsworth Road. When you're on that corner right there, you'll see the old train stop station thing. I think they should put a historical marker there. It's been there forever. But the Rittenhouse switch, it's still there. But we've talked about that. We talked about the old stage stop, the Desert Well stage stop on the corner of Chandler and Sossaman Road in Queen Creek. You got right there on the corner there. A lot of people miss it. Even those people who live in Queen Creek miss that stage stop right there that's been preserved by the Santan Historical Society. So we talk a lot about the town of Queen Creek. It's a great place to live, folks. Absolutely. It's running out of homes to build in that area. It's a very small, like 26, 27 square mile area. But Great area is Queen Creek if you haven't checked it out. All right. Since we talked about Queen Creek this morning, let's move on here. This is very interesting. I found this next location from one of these books that I have on my bookshelf back here, from a used bookstore dating back to the early or late 1980s. Was copyrighted, and it was like a half a page, and it said in there it was the first farm settlement in the valley. And this was the location, and they put a historical marker there, and it looks like it's been there forever. But I was like, wait a minute, how did I miss this after 4 years of studying Arizona? The first permanent settlement, the first farm. And it's located in downtown Phoenix. And I'm going to show you the marker, but it's really difficult to find this marker. Here's the marker right here. Oh, didn't come up. There it is. Yeah, it is on right in front of this. I am standing on the metro train station platform, okay, to take this picture. If you came down the side of the road where this is actually standing, it's one way, a one-way single road, so you can't pull over to take the picture. Most people fly down the road because it's one lane. You got a stack of cars behind you. You got a street light about 40 yards in front of you, and that will be the street that I'll give you in a second if you want to go and check this out. But this is the first permanent farm in the valley. Was done by a gentleman named Frenchy Sawyer. That's right, I said his name right. Frenchy Sawyer in 1868. And it's located on the southeast corner of Washington and 24th Street. Folks, I knew it was on the southeast corner of Washington and 24th Street when I went down there on a Saturday. And I went on a Saturday because I knew there's traffic and I was going to have to keep going back and forth down the one-way streets. And let me tell you something. I went to 24th to Washington to Jefferson about 5 times before I figured out, wait a minute, I got to stop at the gas station, park the car at the gas station. And as soon as I parked the car at the gas station, that location, I came across some very interesting people. Police officer chasing somebody. It was, I was like, man, I walked across the street to the train platform, got on it, looked across, and boom, there is this historical marker. Again, this historical marker marks the first permanent farm in the valley that was operated by Frenchy Sawyer in 1868. And again, it's on the southeast corner of Washington and 24th Street in downtown Phoenix. You have to get up on the metro station platform to see it. Here's an up-close shot of it. You know this thing's been sitting here forever. It looks like, if you look down there at the bottom, that looks like it says, what, 1956? That's what it looks like to me. It looks like it was placed there in 1956. So this marker is old and it looks beaten up. It must be beaten up by the weather. But if it's been sitting there that long, I can understand. It's been sitting there over 50 years. So even if you read it there, it says at this site in the spring of 1868, Frenchy Sawyer, and then I can't read any of the rest of it. Not very far from this location. I do not have a picture of it. I'll do it later. If you keep going, if you take a right on 24th Street there and go about a quarter of a mile and then take another right, you will go down for about 3 miles and come across a cemetery that they did do a feature on one of the local news networks that I saw on YouTube once a couple of years ago about a lady who was standing in front of this fenced off area, and some of her ancestors were buried inside of a cemetery there. And the cemetery kind of went, it was abandoned. Nobody took care of anything. It was on the corner. They're building some beautiful condos up around it now. It's right by the entrance to the freeway. And so they put this huge chain link fence around it. And she's trying to preserve it. They're trying to go through and find out where the family members are buried. But if I was to guess by the dates on some of those markers that still stand there today, the people who worked at this first permanent farm in 1868, some of those guys right there are buried at that cemetery, which I think is probably one of the oldest cemeteries, if not the oldest cemetery in the city of Phoenix right there. Let me put this there down that. All right. All right. Let's go back to the chat, see if we got anything. Again, got the hat on backwards today. Some people hate when people put their hats on backwards, but this is like my Friday. We've done shows Monday through Thursday. We take Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off to get a new show ready for you between 8 and 8:30 on Monday morning. But you never know. I might pop on tomorrow morning. We'll just have to see, right? Let's go up to the chats here and see if I have missed anything. Yeah. Yes, it's getting overcrowded there. Yeah, in Queen Creek it is. The whole Queen Creek, Gilbert, Mesa, they're all sitting on top of each other. Unbelievable growth. I knew somebody who grew up in Gilbert. He's like 45. He's like, when he used to ride his bike when he was 10, it was nothing but cow areas for milking and stuff like that, cow farms everywhere. And when I first moved here, I don't know, 9, 10 years ago, in Gilbert, there were still 2 or 3 huge cow thingies out there milking. I don't know what they used them for, because you could smell them from miles away when the wind blew a certain way. And now they're all gone. All housing developments now. All right. All right. So we got a wow awesome on that last one. I like that. Let's move up here real quick. Go into this section here. Let's see what we got going on here. Put that there. You know, I'm going to throw out there a quick commercial before we hit the next couple of sites. You can hire me for speaking engagements and tours and one-on-one consultations of 40 to 20 minutes. A 40-minute consultation will give you 4 locations in the Valley. 20-minute will give you 2 locations in the Valley. Someone says, what does that mean? What do you... Look, we can do it on Zoom. We can do it anyway. We can do it like this. We can do it over the phone. We can meet at a coffee shop, mask, no mask, your preference. And you tell me what you think you like to see. I'll tell you of the 180 different locations I've been throughout the Valley in the last 4 years. To the best of my ability, I'll give you a couple of sites to go and check out. Those are what the consultations are. I have done speaking engagements with people of 10 or more. You can email me. My email is always out there to be seen. It's deanb7010@gmail.com. You can find it on all my social media outlets. And just email me if you want me to speak, do a one-on-one consultation, do a tour, any of that kind of stuff. I was supposed to stop those in April, but due to the past year and what we've been going through, I have extended it out. So if you're interested, just get a hold of me through my email address. And these are the social media platforms you can find me on. These are the main ones. I'm on so many, but YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also MeWe, MEWE, brand new app. I spent a lot of time uploading information onto that app. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out and follow the Arizona Timeless Tours. I am at the Arizona Timeless Tours on every single one of these platforms. Every single one of these platforms, Arizona Timeless Tours. People ask me all the time, well, what is your TikTok account? Arizona Timeless Tourist. Time for a sip of coffee. Just got my headphones jacked up right here on the chair. About yanked them right off my head. That would have been sweet. I'm hoping that the picture is a little clearer. You know, this is a stream. Anytime you stream, depending on your internet access within inside of your house, that's why I love doing it so early. Nobody's up using the internet in the house. Sometimes it doesn't look so good. So we did some different kind of connections now. We're hardwired in. So hopefully this picture looks good. Unfortunately, the better the picture, the better you'll have to see this face right here. But that's why I put pictures up. But hopefully this is clear and sounds good this morning. That's what I'm hoping. See, my sound levels are good. It seems a little loud, actually. I might need to turn that down just a tad. But all right, let's go to let's see here. Before some more advertising here. Check out my podcast, folks. 24 episodes of the Arizona Timeless Tours podcast can be found on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Anchor, Pocket Cast, all across all the podcasting platforms. You can find the Arizona Timeless Tours podcast. If you would share that, it would be greatly appreciated. We got about 1,500 plus listens to it. Quite a few followers on that. Like to pop up the listens on there. One of the top podcasts is on a Arizona bucket list out there at Sears Point. I think we're looking at 137, 138 listens to that particular podcast. But if you could, it would be greatly appreciated if you shared the Arizona Timeless Tours podcast. Again, we've been accepted on all the podcasting platforms. So let me pop up here, do the graphics, and let's talk about Roosevelt Row. We talked about the statue down there, the statue, the let's back that up. Release the Fear statue that's down there. That's made of all these weapons that were taken and melted down on Roosevelt Road on yesterday's show. If you want to go check that out, it was on yesterday's show. All these shows are uploaded after this on the Arizona Timeless Tours Facebook and YouTube channels automatically. So if you miss an episode, just go on there. But Roosevelt Row is the art district in downtown Phoenix off of Roosevelt Street. And let me just show you some of the stuff that you'll see when you're down there, because I really like it. I really do. Here's another shot, though, of this is where I'm standing on the train platform at the Frenchy Sawyer historical marker right there where the first farm was located. So you'll see right there, there's like a parking lot area behind it. And then up there's the platform. And then you can see the street down there. It's just one way, very narrow street. Tried to think about driving down there and stopping and taking a picture of that marker and found out that that probably wasn't going to be the best idea. So you will have to get out and get onto the train platform, the Metro train platform there. All right, let me get that back off of there. And let's go down to Roosevelt Row. One of my favorite pictures down there is this one right here. The artists have done a fabulous job. These are changed out quite often, these murals on the sides of these buildings, down the alleys. It's fun to walk because as you walk down the street, you might just glance down an alley and there's like 5 beautiful murals painted on the side of garages or apartment buildings or the side of condemned buildings, or just a really awesome. And this is just around the corner. And I actually have a close-up shot of this one here, right there. Yeah, that's well done by that artist right there. One of my favorite paintings in downtown Phoenix on Roosevelt Row, right there. They have cafes down there, grab a cup of coffee, grab some lunch. A real cool area. I'm going to show you in just a minute another piece of art that's hanging down there on Central Avenue. It's just a quick side trip down one of these streets to Central Avenue. And you'll see Her Secret is Patience sculpture hanging over where the Arizona State University campus is in downtown Phoenix. But let's check out a few more pictures of Roosevelt Row. Here's another one that's pretty cool. This is on a side street to a building. So you have to actually walk, just explore, and you're going to find some unbelievable pieces of art down there. These people are so talented. And it makes the city look so good. It really does. And that area is an up-and-coming area on Roosevelt Street down there. The condos and apartment complexes are beautiful. They will cost you to live in one of those, but a real beautiful area Phoenix is put together right there. And then you're right on top of Arizona State University downtown campus there. Got a couple of parks around there. There are some things that the city needs to fix up. That they do have a problem, but hopefully over time they do that, because they've invested so much money into this area that it'd be a shame if people didn't move for certain circumstances. Here's another one of my favorites. Check this dude out right here. That one has never been taken down. Every time I go down there for the last couple of years, that picture has remained, and I'm glad it has. Again, another favorite picture, another well done job, and that's off of Roosevelt Street. It's in a parking lot area, but a really cool picture. Here is, the wall right there. If you looked right down this wall, this is what else you would see right here. And they got brand new apartment complexes being built right behind it. in this parking lot area. Really, really cool spot. I would tell everyone to get down to Roosevelt Row, park the car. It's hard to find a parking spot Saturday and Sunday. So unless you're getting down there Sunday before 9 o'clock in the morning to park on the street and pay at the meter, or I'm not sure if it's free at the meters on the weekends or not, but it's all metered parking. Yeah, you want to go Monday through Friday and try to get down there and get a meter, put a couple dollars in it for a couple of hours, and just take a stroll through Roosevelt Row. It's really an awesome place in downtown Phoenix. They really did a great job with this. All right. Just going to check something out here to make sure everything is up and running well before we hit a hidden gem. This next spot I'm going to tell you is one of my favorites. Been there twice. Can't believe most people don't know about it. It's located in Phoenix, but it's off of the I-17. It's off of Service Road as you go past Phoenix. It always depends on what side of the valley that you live on. I'm down here in the Gilbert Queen Creek area, so things up around Glendale. It's a little bit of a drive. Litchfield Park. It's 57 miles from here. So I just want to make sure I have the information, because it's been so long since I've been to this last destination, that everything that I'm giving you is absolutely correct here. Man, I should have done this way before I came on the air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip over it for a minute. And I'm going to go up to Globe, Arizona, and we're going to check out a really cool archaeological site that's really off into the corners of Globe. I've been to Globe probably 5 times in the last year, doing other things. I've been to this location probably about 2 years ago, and you never even noticed this section. I don't even see signs to this archaeological phenomenal spot owned by the city of Globe. But here it is. I'll give you a quick. This is the view from the top, and it is absolutely beautiful. And it is called Besh Bagawa. Besh Bagawa, and it's a beautiful ruin that's been preserved by the city of Globe. And let me give you an overhead view. I got 2 pictures. I got one close down there, and I got this one I took from the top. But this picture says it all, folks. Look at this. And they have a beautiful museum that you can check out with all kinds of artifacts prior to going out there. Lots of books to choose from. But this is the site right here in Globe, Arizona, called Besh Bagawa. Really great spot. Really great. People up there are phenomenal. But that's one of my favorite shots. And I do have a video that I can't run right now because I couldn't find it, of when I took off over this. It gets you a little bit closer. But again, this is owned by the city of Globe. It doesn't cost much to get in there. It's right next to a school. If you looked off to your right, you'll see that there is baseball fields over there. So you got kids here in the 21st century playing a little softball down there when I was there. And then you have this beautiful ancient ruin sitting right next to it. And we'll go down to one of the buildings that are closer down right there. There's me giving you a tour to inside of one of these well-preserved ruin areas that are inside of Besh Bagawa. Well worth your time to go and check out Besh Bagawa, folks, in Globe. Great way today. You can get a hold of me for a consultation on Globe, and I'll tell you some phenomenal historical sites to stop at to Besh Bagawa, because Besh Bagawa is a little bit more out of the way in Globe. You're going right, you're going left, you're going right, and you're like, where am I at? I got lost going up there. So anyhow, that is Besh Bagawa in Globe. I'm going to bring up the other picture again really quick. That's one of my favorite shots. It's probably top 10 of the 180 places I've been to on pictures that I got to take of an area. Love it. Love it. All right. Let's jump over to that. Let me bring this down. I was telling you that there is a sculpture, kind of a piece of art a piece of art hanging over on Central Avenue, right across from Arizona State University campus in downtown Phoenix. It looks so different in the daytime than it does in the nighttime. On one of my TikTok videos, I show you what it looks like in the daytime and then what it's transformed into at the nighttime, because I went down there and I'm filming it and I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is pretty cool. It's hanging up over the city here. It cost them a fortune to put this thing up. And I said, you could see that there was some kind of lighting feature to it. I saw it on the internet prior to going, and I'm like, I need to get back down here at night. But it's not lit up every night. So I took a chance one Thursday evening, and I went down and it was lit up. And this is what it looks like. It looks like something out of Star Wars when it's lit up. It really does. It's magnificent when it's lit up. During the day, it doesn't look really impressive, but at night, it looks absolutely stunning. And let me show you. This is it at night right here. Boom. Look at this thing. You see there the YMCA in the background. You got the tree right there. That's not the only picture I'm going to show you. Got one more that shows the city in the background. But that does not look like the something that they would be landing on in Star Wars. Let me go over to the chat while that's up real quick and make sure I haven't missed anybody. Was that Cecilia Lyons? They are beautiful and should be put back on display. What were we talking about on that? Winky Whispers. Wow, I didn't know that. Great history. Is it the one? Is it the one heading to Highway 24? Oh boy. See, this is my problem when I don't go through the chat as I'm showing you the pictures. This is my fault. Let's see here. Appreciate your videos, Dean. I'm taking my family on a road trip. Wait. Did I just... that's Matthew David. I appreciate your videos, Dean. I'm taking my family on a road trip to explore Arizona in July. We want to check out the lesser known spots, and your information is golden. Well, that's why I put it out there. Yes, I go shopping there all the time. You must be talking about Roosevelt Row now. Let's see here. Let's see what we got going on. Lots to explore from the Corkboard TV. And then Winky Whispers probably left, and I did not get to say thank you so much. So hopefully when you rewatch this, I acknowledged that I was very appreciative that you joined the live today. To us, I will catch the replay. Have to go for now, but thank you kindly for the warm welcome. Looking forward to more videos at Corkboard TV. Have a blessed day. You guys know each other. Let me keep going through these. Man, I feel terrible. Jewel Weekend Road Trippers out there, good morning. Check her channel out. What an awesome show to wake up to. Thank you so much. Earthly Patriot, appreciate that. Pete, what's up? AZTT, how's it going? Man, I do have to run as well. Corkboard, again, if you come back, thank you so much for taking time out of your morning to join the show. Let's hit the other picture really quick here. Let's see here. Graphics. This is it. Bang. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, if somebody is an actual photographer, this is just taken with the DSLR. I don't know what I'm doing. I just have it to be out there taking pictures with the videos. But if somebody's an actual photographer and you know how to work the lighting on these beautiful cameras that y'all own, get down there and take a shot of that. It is, and frame that. It is absolutely beautiful at night. During the day, you want to check it out during the day just to see what you're looking at and what the change is. Like if you could do like a photo of this during the day and what great, nice sharp photo, and then take one at night with the city in the background, man, I think that would be just a fabulous shot. An absolutely fabulous shot. All right, since we're at 44 minutes, let's cruise on to the last spot here, and let's talk about this really quick. Okay, I have said it time and time again. The Arizona State Capitol Museum needs to open its doors But I read something or saw it on the news that all the state capitals are somewhat in high alert. I don't know why. Even to this day, that thing's been closed down for like 15 straight months. That Arizona State Capitol, when you look at that, most people see that when they're downtown, right across from the unbelievable Wesley Bolin Memorial Plaza that's in front of the Capitol. That Capitol was built in 1901. It was the territorial capital. That what you see there is not the Capitol where they're doing all their work in. That is a museum now, a 4-story, unbelievable history of Arizona museum that has some phenomenal artifacts inside of it, and the state keeps it shut. It's a pet peeve of mine. I can't understand it. Put it somewhere else for the people to come and check out. Again, I've said this time and time again. I've never seen more than 10 people in those 4 floors. I've been there numerous times with people from out of town doing videos. And of course, that was almost 16 months ago because that was the last time you could get in there. But there was no more than 10 people on these 4 floors of these thousands of square feet of area. Most people don't know it exists. People like myself like to shout it out to get people down there. It's absolutely free of charge. So please, if you work or know anybody that works at the Arizona State Capitol area or anything like that, and you can get me some information on why that they're closing this thing down for the last 16 months and when they might think about opening up to the people of Arizona again, that would be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to give you a picture of one of the really cool artifacts that I believe is in there. And then I'm going to put one on each morning. It will be one of these spots will be in there because it looks like I'm not going to be able to get back in there anytime soon. So this is it right here. I'm going to show you this spot right here first. Let me pop this up on here. All right. I find this absolutely amazing. This room you walk into, it's got this huge display, this beautiful, beautiful room. It looks like a ballroom up there on the maybe the second or third floor. And this is the Rough Riders flag. Now, back in the days with, Roosevelt and his Rough Riders, he's actually standing in the middle of that picture right there on the right. We have the American flag there. And you have old Teddy Roosevelt underneath that with all of his Rough Riders. All right. When the Rough Riders were heading out, all right, they found that they didn't have a flag. There wasn't an American flag with them. So some women got together and they quickly sewed an American flag together for the Rough Riders to use on all of their engagements, on their journeys, during this time. And that's what that sign says there that you can't see really good. But they actually have that original Rough Riders flag. So that flag that you see right there with Teddy Roosevelt and all his Rough Riders, because there's some famous Rough Riders, folks. Standing with that flag in the background, let me bring up right underneath where I'm poking or pointing my finger at that information is that flag. And this is the flag right here. That is cool piece of history. I love it. I absolutely love it. And that's just one of the really, really unique pieces of history that is located in the Arizona Capitol Museum. And you see, you got Teddy Roosevelt pictures behind it, the history of him, the history of the Rough Riders, some of the more famous people that were in the Rough Riders, the engagements that they were in. That thing right there is pretty unbelievable. It is. It's one of the more unique museum pieces that I've seen in the 22 museums I've been in the state of Arizona. And that stuff is just sitting in the room. I don't even know if they put the lights on anymore. And the public can't see it. And they got these resources online, they keep saying. And that's great and all. Thanks for putting the resources online. But you really need to see these places in person and read all the awesome information they got up in there. But that's just one piece of history. I look forward to showing you like 15 that I think are worthy of being on the Good Morning Arizona show and showing you guys. But again, this is the original Rough Riders flag that they carried during their time. But again, located in the closed, but hopefully someday, maybe in 2059, the Arizona State Capitol will open back up. We'll see. That'll probably be too soon. We'll probably have to push that out just a tad. All right, let's go back up here. Boom. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me hide that again. Okay. All right. That's going to do it for this episode of Good Morning Arizona. Let's put that in the caption area here because that is the name of the show. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. I'm going to shout out all my social media platforms again. I'm going to check the chat, and then we're going to call it a Thursday, but I'm going to call this my Friday because that's the hat backward Thursday because this is my Friday. We will not have a show Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. We might have something else called something whatever that I might pop on for, but it won't be the Good Morning Arizona show. All right. So let's go up to captions here. Find me there. Please share this, folks, with as many people as possible. Let's keep this show up and going. I said I was going to do this for 2 solid weeks, and we're going to go through next week. Then we're going to reevaluate the program, make sure that we got a lot of eyes on it, make sure that it is informative to people, make sure it looks good, trying to change some things up. I'm actually going to change it up on Monday. It's going to be a whole new kind of camera setup. So we'll see how that goes. Like the mic seems like it got louder as the show went on, but I didn't do anything to the mic. So anyhow, I appreciate everybody out here. Check out all those YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Thanks to everybody who follows me on all my social media platforms. And until Monday, folks, take care of yourself.